ho ho, Harbor Fiends, it's your boy, Ricky Grimes. I'm back, Joe's back. You're watching the Three Corners of Horror. Just us two. You got the Beard Brothers for this one. Thank you for joining us on this special holiday episode of Horror Fiend TV. We're going to be covering the one, the only, what are we talking about, Joe?
Gremlins.
Gremlins. My boy, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. Actually, looking forward to talking this one.
Yeah, me too, man.
We have very slim pickings for Christmas. We just did It's a Wonderful Knife, and I'm not sure what other Christmas movies release. But, you know, I'm glad we're doing this one. I do want to say, just to make us feel really fucking old, and that's why I didn't want to wait till next year. Next year is Gremlins' 40th anniversary. So I didn't want to hit it on the 40th because that would like kill my soul, like on the fact that it's like 40 years old. Yeah, so I'm excited. I love Gremlins. Hello.
Bright light. We will be discussing the 1984 classic Gremlins, directed by the great Joe Dante, written by Chris Columbus. The film stars Zach Galligan as Billy, Phoebe Cates as Cates, and Corey Feldman as P. What up, Joe? So do you consider this one of your go-to Christmas films for the holidays? I know we're horror fiends, but what's up?
Oh, for sure. Fun fact. So Joe Dante was the director for The Howling. Now, mind you, if I would have had known that before I saw this movie, I would have gone in a little bit differently than when I went in.
What were you, like 5 years old? You wouldn't know that.
No, I was 12. When this movie came out, I was 12 years old. So, yeah. And Chris Columbus, who wrote this, he did Harry Potter. So, yeah, it's funny
I've never seen
how...
them.
They're awesome movies. Like Chris Columbus is actually are one of my favorite ones.
He wrote all of them? He's like the main writer?
Director.
He did Chris Columbus?
He directed.
Oh,
yes.
At least all of them or the first few?
Not all of them. The
original.
I want to say was the last couple of ones.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, so it was a couple other people. Once Chris Columbus joined, it like the narrative, the look of the whole series changed.
Good shout.
Yeah, so I loved it. But
hey, wait a minute. Didn't they get darker as the series went on?
Yes. Chris Columbus.
Nice.
Once he came on board, you got the darkness into the series. So yes, he had a lot, at least for me. I mean, I don't know how other people feel, but for me. But as far as for Christmas, I've already watched it 3 times so far before I recorded this. Like it's one of them that if I flip the channels, I'm gonna watch it. Obviously, if you have AMC, if you have cable, and you still use cable, they're playing it on AMC.
Hey, I had to watch it on Max. AMC for me made me pay for it.
Oh well, no, but on the on AMC itself, the channel. Your cable. That's where it was playing.
Yeah, I got you.
That's where I had seen it. But yes, I saw it on Max also. I think it's the only one who's playing it.
Yeah.
Everything else you got to rent it. But
cool.
It's here's the thing. Gremlins holds probably the same title that Black Christmas holds. It falls under 2 different holidays as far as your viewing. You can watch it during Halloween season, during horror season, and you can watch it during Christmas season. Not many horror movies have the ability to be watched during Halloween and also Christmas.
Not many movies
has
that ability. You know what I'm saying?
No, not at all.
You're right.
But so, right for me, and again, you guys should have already checked out part 1 to the crossover that we got between both of us. But Gremlins is on there just like Black Christmas on one that I watched numerous times come December.
I'm not really a Christmas person, man. Honestly, I don't have like a go-to Christmas movie. It's not like Halloween where, oh man, as soon as it's September, end of September, 12 midnight, October 1st, it's Halloween, bro. I'm watching every type of horror film, my favorites from Dawn of the Dead to newer films I've never even seen before for the first time. But when it comes to Christmas, I don't really have like that, oh, it's Christmas season, I gotta pick a movie. What horror Christmas movie? I never associated Christmas with horror, but as far as Gremlins is concerned, this absolutely is a Christmas flick. The music, the vibes, the atmosphere, the people, everything screams Christmas about this fucking movie. And that's what makes it so great, you
And
know?
Gizmo was a Christmas present.
He was a Christmas present. And that's not just that, but they played a lot of classic Christmas tunes within the film. Not the movie playing, but the characters themselves playing
Yes.
Christmas music. And you see the decorations, the houses, and the traditions. We got the higher class, how they spend Christmas, the lower class, how they spend Christmas, everything in between, how they spend Christmas. It's great. Like, this film has those vibes. And I haven't seen this film in years until recently because,
Really?
it's like I said, I'm not a Christmas person.
Dude, you got it. I
So,
promise
I mean,
add
no,
it to your repertoire for
I
Christmas.
I'm
This
not
is
gonna say like I've never seen Gremlin. Come on, I grew up with it, but it's not a movie I go every year to make sure I watch for Christmas. But I saw it again, and yeah, man, this is why I felt in love with this film because it's fucking awesome, bro. Look
it is.
into it, bro.
It's literally it's a Christmas present given to you.
Hmm.
And during the live stream, I brought up Gremlins. The thing is, what's funny is when the movie came out, and JR's not feeling good. I wish he was here. Because when I saw we both went and saw this movie in the theaters when it came out. So I was 12, JR was 9, and we were hanging out with the parents were hanging out together. All the kids were driving them nuts. We talked about this movie Gremlins. We had a couple of 18-year-old cousins who can like sit there and with us, and then we go to this movie, and it was, first of all, it starts out like you're thinking it's gonna be this cute thing, and then it gets all horror. But that is why, for me, one of the memories I have is that I saw this with my brother. We saw it during the holiday season, and it's just always been one I go to every year. I mean, it's Gizmo. Who
Yeah.
doesn't, want to have a Mogwai? I mean, I know
Oh, I
I do.
wanted a Mogwai.
Oh, I want a Mogwai.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This film is it's definitely one of those movies that just you hear any little jingle from it or any soundbite and you know exactly what it is. Billy's dad, he's an inventor. I mean, he sucks, but that's what I love that about him, that his inventions always fail.
It's so
It's
horrible.
I love that. It gives him so much personality. It just makes me just want to hug the big guy. But his dad is looking for a gift for his son Billy, but at the same time, he's trying to promote. He's trying to hustle and sell his product. So he gets led into this like dingy little dungeon of a shop by this little kid. He says, "Hey, talk to my grandfather. He's got everything in there." And by the way, when he says everything in there, there's spiders and all types of random shit.
Well,
and
he was
shit.
there. He was there to sell one of his
Yeah, I
products.
know the bathroom buddy, right?
No, the smokeless ashtray.
No, it
Wait,
was the bathroom buddy.
it was the bathroom buddy. You're right. Yes.
Um, so he goes in there and he acquires Gizmo, but he looks like Gizmo, and he's like, instead of saying like, "What the fuck is this?" He's like, "I want it." But
Who wouldn't?
we'll get into that. But like, of course, he didn't want to sell Gizmo because it's a huge responsibility and it comes with rules. And the little kid needed the money. I don't know if it was for himself or for his grandfather, for the family, like he said. So he gave him 3 rules, right? Don't put him in sunlight. Direct sunlight will kill him.
Light,
Yeah,
no light,
sunlight. No, sunlight will kill him. Light
no,
will just
light. Yeah, yeah, but there no sunlight. But yes, light.
no, yeah. And don't wet him. Don't wet the motherfucker. So don't give him no water. Don't take him a bath. But most importantly, don't feed him after midnight, which is ridiculous because it's always midnight somewhere. But I digress.
Oh
Anyways,
my god, just mind blown on that one. That rule
so
would not apply. You don't know where. All right,
no, no,
gotcha.
it won't. It won't. But
Yeah. Oh,
but yeah, let me ask you, man. So if you were to buy something and they said these are 3 rules you have to go by, I'm like, wait, so I can't take it a bath, so it's always gonna stink. I can't feed him after midnight. And he can't be outside or inside with lights on. So what the fuck am I gonna do with this thing? Would you follow those rules?
every once in a while, I'll watch something and I will do a Veruca salt accent and go, Daddy, Daddy, I want a Mogwai for Christmas. He goes, you are not responsible enough. So I probably drop my beer on my Mogwai, and my luck is that since it's not water, it's beer, that it's gonna pop out drunken Mogwais, and I'm gonna get all fucked up with these
Yeah.
things.
Oh,
So
bro, you just mentioned I was spilled beer. Bro, it's funny because Corey Feldman, by the way, I totally forgot Corey Feldman was in this fucking movie. So
it's
Corey
crazy
Feldman,
when you see it.
he knocks over the little, the little cup with the water in it, and you see poor Gizmo. Like, oh, come on, man. Like, seeing this as now, the way I am now, I'm a big animal lover. I don't like seeing animals hurt. And seeing Gizmo in pain after he gets wet, I'm like, oh man, that's torture. But I'm like, what the Corey Feldman? I forgot he was in this
Yes,
fucking movie,
yeah,
man. I mean,
man.
shit, that's Donatello, son.
That's how it shows you how old we're getting, bro. Like Corey Feldman he's probably your age.
Huh?
When he did this movie, he was probably your age. So think about it.
At the time, you're saying.
Yeah, at the time, he was probably your age.
Right. So I'm assuming you would not follow those rules.
Oh God, no. Like I said, I mean, guys, I have had to replace a lot of the equipment for the show for my clumsiness.
Yeah, yeah.
So my poor Mogwai, between getting beer dropped on him and I get the munchies, I'm gonna feel really bad if at like 2 o'clock in the morning I'm making myself a grilled cheese sandwich and my pet or friend is looking at me like going, I'm hungry. I'm gonna give him food.
Bro,
I mean,
if you're
oh
high as
yeah.
fuck and you see those gremlins eating that fucking chicken,
Oh,
and I saw it now, where I'm like, oh,
it
that's
was
gross.
gross.
But
It
as
was
a
really
kid, I was always
gross.
like, oh, I want some of that chicken.
Yeah, no, as an adult and you watch it, you see the
Ugh.
string of the
Not just that, bro. He took it out of the fridge. I don't think it was cooked. I think it was just
No, it
chicken,
was
right?
cooked. It was fried chicken.
But listen, brother, why would there be a whole plate, full plate of fried chicken in the fridge? It wasn't fried, bro. That shit was not prepared. Watch it
Oh.
again. I
I'm
watched it
gonna watch
last
it
night
again.
again.
I could have sworn that I thought it was fried chicken.
No, bro. Why? How you saw the amount of chicken that this guy pulled out of the fridge? Who would have that
Well,
much fried chicken?
well, moms cook a lot of food.
It wasn't fried chicken. I think that was chicken they had just seasoning up, and he just stole it from his mom.
All right.
You're a cook. You season shit 24, 48 hours.
Yes,
You know
yeah.
that. I don't think that shit was cooked, man. That shit looked gross, man.
I'm about to check that out again. 'Cause I
And
could've sworn it was
Gizmo was like,
He's like,
I don't want
yeah,
that.
but they're eating. He's like, yeah.
By the way, did you know? I just found this out recently. Frank Welker and Peter Culling, Megatron and Optimus Prime, respectively, did the voices for the Gremlins.
No.
I did not know that. Yeah, and
Okay, here we go.
even
40 years,
strange-
I got something new.
even stranger, Howie Mandel played Gizmo,
No.
the biggest germaphobe in the fucking world.
He was the voice of Gizmo?
He's the voice of Gizmo, Howie
did not
Mandel.
know
I
that
knew
either.
that. I knew, but I did not know about Welker and Cullen. That's crazy. They played the
I
Gremlins.
didn't know that.
But yeah, man. So me, I'm a stickler for rules, bro. I would have been like, okay, I will not take him a bath. He will not be in sunlight. He ain't eating after midnight. But to be honest with you, if they were to tell me those are the rules, I would probably be like, you know what? You can keep him. I don't want to deal with that.
Oh, you would take him. He's too
Ah,
fucking cute for you to.
but
And
that-
you love animals. You love animals.
Okay.
You would go into it wanting to follow the rules.
However,
There
what-
would be that one night when you smoked a little too much.
and that's when I'll fuck up the rules.
And that's all I'm saying. Normally, I would
yeah.
follow the rules. On the nights where I drank a little too much or
Ho-
smoked, it would go out the window.
However, what really drove me nuts is that nobody was asking what is a mogwai. Like when he asked him, "What is this?" Oh, it's a mogwai. What the? The guy looked at like if it was like a bunny rabbit or something. To his dad. Oh, I want it. My son will love this. What the dude, bro? Like, what the fuck is that thing? That's what I would be asking. What is this? How is it talking? How is it like making these noises and emoting and what? And nobody ever questioned that in the movie. Billy was like, he wasn't like, Dad, what is it? And he said, oh, it's a mogwai. Okay, but I would have been like, what the fuck is
The
a
hell's a
mogwai?
mogwai?
What is
that?
You know what I'm saying? That's the it's a nitpick. It's a nitpick.
It's in it, but that's your adult
But
self looking at that.
yes, I know. But I
It's
this
not. It's
I
not.
never
It's
thought
not
about
your
it until now. I'm
right
saying
because
you're
you're
right.
an adult now.
But I'm like, no one asked those questions. Even the teacher, when he brought it to him and he got it wet, and he like, he saw exactly what happens when you drop water on him. He multiplies. But he's, oh, let me just do a few tests on him, bro. What the fuck? I would have been like, what is this? But yeah, the crazy shit about this film is they're treating Gizmo as if he's like a little puppy or something. I would have been asking questions like, what is this, a koala bear? Is this like some kind of hybrid? What the fuck is this? What the fuck are you drinking? Is that blood? What the fuck? What
No,
the
no.
fuck is
So,
that, bro?
all right.
That's
So,
I've never seen a beer so red, dude. What the
it
fuck?
is red, and I love that it's red because it's holidays. So,
Yeah. But
salute.
oh man, salute, my brother. Oh wait, salute.
Cheers, my brother.
Billy's mom, man. She fucked those dudes up. There was 5 gremlins, right, in their house. Not including Gizmo, because he was not a gremlin. But remember, there was 6 Mogwai altogether.
Yes.
5 of them ate after midnight, obviously, so they turned into those cocoons, which turned into the gremlins. And all of a sudden, like, she kills 3 of them like nothing. And it just shows you how powerful Stripe is, because Stripe wouldn't go down near the end. It took a lot to take him down.
He didn't
But
go down.
but these motherfuckers got taken out like no. I'm like, holy, she's killing them so easy. But that just showed you how much of a badass Billy's mother was, bro. I remember watching this young. I'm like, I've always said, oh, she's awesome. She's awesome. I loved her character so much, bro. What you thought about that?
This is when Gremlins turn into horror.
Yes, yes.
Because up until this point,
It was a comedy up until that point.
well, again, when our families dropped us off, they thought they were dropping us off to a cute kids movie. Because even the trailers that you saw didn't really hint that this is really a horror
No,
movie.
it was. This is definitely at the time tailored towards kids horror film, like Goosebumps, stuff like that.
Yes,
You know.
but we didn't know that. So then you go into it, you're thinking it's about this cute little Mogwai thing, and then they turn into Gremlins. And this is when the movie goes full on horror.
Yeah.
Because Billy calls and lets her know about what's going on. They've hatched. And poor Lynn is sitting there going against these gremlins.
Not just
And
that though. Before that, the way she treated her husband and her son. She's so cool. Like even though
yeah,
her
well,
husband's adventures always failed around the house, she always just be like, okay, I know it don't work, but I'm trying to use it to make him happy. And when she's fighting for her life, you got that connection, so you're rooting
yeah,
for her. That's
because
brilliant, brilliant
she was
storytelling.
it was
Good
like
writing, good writing.
they made her look meek, and then all of a sudden she was the sole person going up against, as you said, 5 of them. And I felt bad for her, but Lynn kicked ass.
Yeah,
But this is where, again, if you watch the movie for the first time, or when you watch it now again after so many times, you realize you're drawn into what seems to be more like a kid thing, and then all of a sudden when they hatch, the movie goes full on horror.
yeah.
And it was Lynn's. And that's actually the strongest horror part in this movie.
Yeah.
Is Lynn's battle against the Gremlins, dude.
Which I felt completely bad for the Gremlins, bro. I don't know. I'm a softie. Seeing them get thrown into that blender, get
The
stabbed to death,
microwave. I
get
love the
the
microwave.
microwave. Oh my!
He's like tapping at the door.
Just knowing they were they were like Mogwai before, so knowing that, and then they turn into the Gremlins. I don't know. I guess I'm getting too soft for my.
You are getting soft because I
felt
would
bad
rather
for the
I would rather a
Gremlins.
Mogwai than a Gremlin. Like I would have done the same thing Lynn would have done.
Oh, you
I
know,
mean,
no.
if,
I'm
if
not saying
my
I wouldn't.
Mogwai
Come on, they're trying to
turned
kill
into
me.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, that's literally where the movie shifts. And especially again, I saw this when I was 12. I thought that I was watching a kids film, and then this thing went horror, and the movie shifted. Oh,
It's
mm,
brilliant because the film starts off like I mentioned, like a comedy, and it's holiday comedy film.
idyllic, and it's idyllic
Yes, good,
holiday comedy
good
film.
shout, good shout. And then but it's called Gremlins, so there's gremlins involved. But then when the gremlins finally come on screen, and they don't just show them right away. They show them like in silhouettes, or even when Billy was in that school, he was going through the vents and he pops into that room somehow, and that's when you saw your real first glimpse of him. But it's a real like blink if you missed it moment. But then when it goes back to the house with Lynn, and then you see that guy eating that fucking the gingerbread man, you know what I'm saying? That's when they get your real good first look at them. But yeah, she kicked ass, man. I love that scene. That's great. The bar scene, brother. Let's talk about the bar scene. Favorite scenes in this film. The bar scene, man, let me tell you. Like, seeing that one, y'all get inebriated, like, blasted out of their fucking minds. Like, Creepshow would say, blasted out of their gourds. My man Stripe pulls out a pistol, blows that one gremlin away and shit. You get the flasher with the shades, and, and they're all fucking just fucking being so stupid. What I don't understand is we got the Kate. Oh my god, Phoebe Cates, the great
Maybe
Phoebe
Gates,
Cates. What? Oh my god,
Fast
what?
Times at
Fast
Ridgemont
Times at
High.
Ridgemont High.
Coming out of the pool. I mean, come on, no. I mean,
One of the
it's
greatest
literally
scenes
all of
in
our like,
cinema
yeah. Oh yeah.
history.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking, wait a minute, why is she still there? Get the fuck out of there. She's like,
He's
serving
serving
them
them.
drinks. Yeah, she's serving them. She's making them. She's getting them fucking like bombed out of their minds, bro. Get the fuck out. They got firearms. They're playing poker and shit. They're swirling in the fucking the fan, the ceiling fans. Oh man, that's such a great scene. The fight with Stripe, like I mentioned before, I loved it because it showed how much of a badass Stripe was, and he's very intelligent, and he knows, his surroundings. He knows, what's going on and how to deal with certain situations. And he always knew to go to water because water would simply start the whole
Yep.
process all over again. And of course, the movie theaters with Snow White, hi ho, hi ho. I love when Billy's like, they're watching Snow White and they're loving
and
it.
they're loving it.
And they got the guy with the 3D glasses on. They got popcorn buckets over their head. They got the flasher was there. One dude with the shades and the tourist outfit. They all got different outfits. By the way, these gremlins were there's no CGI, all practical animatronics.
Henson, I thought.
They all range about 30,000 a piece, bro. You know how many
It's
fucking
but
gremlins were in this fucking movie?
it was Henson, wasn't it?
Huh?
I thought it was Henson.
What? Oh, Henson. Possibly. I didn't check, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it was. I didn't check either.
It was
But
80s, most likely. It was puppets and animatronics. Most likely, it was. Henson was the go-to, especially for that period. But man, each individual gremlin, there's no computer. They didn't multiply them in the background or nothing. Those are all like animatronics, bro. You
Yep.
know how much fucking money they spent on them motherfuckers?
A
Good
lot.
stuff. Oh man, that's what I love about movies from this era because there's no CGI. It looks so much better. They look like they're really fucking there. And yeah, bro. And my favorite section of the film is the assault on the town. The assault on the town. Oh my god, the great Dick Miller. Which, by the way, watching this now, I didn't realize this guy was a fucking racist, bro. He hated foreigners, man. Everything about foreign this, foreigner that. I don't want a foreign car,
There's
foreign parts.
World War II. WWII.
Yeah, I'm like, holy shit! And this is supposed to be a kids movie. By the way, this is not a kids movie.
No, it's
Not at
really
all.
actually
But
truly
it's
not.
I back in the early '80s. That's
It
what
was
they
considered.
considered a kids movie because people ain't as soft then as they are now. It's true. I hate to say it, but yes, this is not a. I mean, this Dick Miller's character was running around constantly complaining about foreigners. You got Miss Beagle over here, the rich lady, just looking down upon everybody. She wants to fucking murder this guy's dog Barney, which Barney was awesome. Shout out to Muffins, that was his name. He was awesome. And yeah, this movie had a lot of characters that are very not likable, obnoxious, not, but they're meant to be that way because they
Yep.
get the comeuppance later
Yep.
in the film, obviously.
And you know, I love that word.
Which one, comeuppance?
Comeuppance. I love that
Yeah,
word.
yeah. So yeah, man, I love the music. When the when the Gremlins were singing the Christmas carols, la 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 la. She's like,
When Mrs.
ah!
Beagle came out, she's like, these carolers.
She didn't realize the Gremlins, these carolers. What the? Hello? Did you see what they look like? And then when she was, and then all of a sudden her fault, they fuck with the wiring, so her fucking chair blasts her through.
Well, it's funny because I had not realized when she saw them, and she goes, "I'm not ready. I'm not ready."
Her
Like she's
heart,
not ready to die.
she's not
Like,
ready to die. Yeah.
oh my god, yeah. Like, so it's funny because I also on the bar scene, my favorite one, only because I've been known to sometimes when I've been a little bit too inebriated be that one that comes up with that Muppet. He's like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah," he's like, and then the other one just gets a mallet and knocks him out. Yeah, I totally
Bro, I
related to
was
that
laughing my
scene.
ass off the entire time watching this, and I
I
watched that
related to that
sober
scene.
too, and I was still having a great time, man.
Oh, it was like that, like because I can see myself with that one person who's sitting there being all sullen, coming up, going la, 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 like trying to make you like laugh. But I love that one. The theater scene. It's funny because, as I said, the movie shifts between being horror and being child. And then you get to the theater scene and they're all singing hi ho. But then when the film cuts off and you're seeing all the gremlins jumping
Ooh,
over each other, I loved how it was shot. That scene we just went from comical, them singing hi ho, to they're coming after you all over each other. Loved it. I loved how it was shot. I loved
the
seeing
way the
them like
projector projected their shadows from
yes,
behind the actual theater
it,
screen.
it it's where the
Ah, it was
movie brought
great.
you because the movie then it went horror and then it went comedy and then in that scene it went back to horror.
I just love how Stripe decided to go get some snacks, so he missed
Yup,
getting
yup.
blown up. Yum, yum.
Mm.
Yum,
He
yum.
saw the stand full of the candy and all that stuff.
It was great when he saw the theater get blown up, and he looks out the window like, "Oh, motherfucker!"
Well,
What
and
a
see,
great character.
like
Did you know
Mrs. Beagle.
this? I'm sorry. Did you know this that Stripe and Gizmo were supposed to be the same character? So Gizmo was essentially going to turn into Stripe, but
No.
Steven Spielberg, since he was involved in this, obviously, he said, "No, let's make them separate characters. Gizmo, we need a good guy. We need a good Mogwai here." And Joe Dante was like, "You know what? After the movie's release, and Joe Dante says the success of this film is directed by the success of this movie is tied to Spielberg's decision to split the two characters apart, man.
That was a great decision.
Awesome
Honestly, it
decision."
was a great decision. But I liked also when the sheriff and deputy just watched, as you said, everything go to shit,
By the way,
and
I'm
they're just
sorry. I'm sorry. I keep cutting you off, but you keep bringing up good points. The deputy, by the way, who's always drunk. He was That's fucking Jonathan Banks. If you don't know who Jonathan
yes,
Banks is,
yes,
Breaking Bad, son.
yes.
Holy shit. I
Yep.
never knew that was him until I saw it last night. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Are you serious? That's him? I've seen this movie. Come on, bro. This is a movie from my. I never knew he played that drunk deputy. Yes, Jonathan Banks.
And it was great because like when the gremlins at the window, the sheriff's like he just puts out the window. We're just gonna leave. Like we just saw people like Santa Claus just got mauled
I
down by
think
a
that was Miss
gremlin.
Beagle.
Miss Beagle with her legs up in the air after she got shot out. I mean
Yeah,
that
Santa was getting assaulted by like seven
yes.
gremlins.
But the other part I liked was the guy who went to put the mail in, and the
The
gremlin
priest, the
kept
priest.
spitting. The priest spit it out. They put it back in, and then he let somebody else, the town person,
He was
come
like,
in.
"Go right ahead."
Yeah, go ahead. Like it's spitting back out at
And
me.
what happened, Joe? What
So
happened, Joe? What happened?
it fucking pulls him in,
Ah!
and the priest doesn't even help. As I said, just like Black Christmas, there are very few movies that you can watch during the horror season of October, and then go back in December and watch again.
But again, it's a holiday film, catered towards kids in that era. But there's a line where Phoebe Cates' character, when she says something like, Christmas is a time where there's most people are opening Christmas gifts and
And
others
there's
are
other
opening their wrists.
yes, yep,
That's a dark line, dude. And then she
it
told that
is.
story about her father dressed
Oh,
as
that was
Santa, getting like broke his neck down the
kind of
chimney.
yeah,
And not just that, they couldn't find him, and she only noticed him because the smell, he was rotting away already. That's dark.
it is.
What
But
kind of shit
again,
is that?
you're watching a horror movie, so that's where the dark comes in. That
Oh man,
story, though, I will.
yes.
So here's my. I don't know if it's my dark soul, but because the story was meant to be dark, it was also somewhat comedic because of why she doesn't like Christmas anymore. And then when she delivers the story,
Yeah, that's
and
a
then
big reason.
and you got Gizmo going, oh, like, uh,
Oh
you
yeah,
know what I mean? Like,
he could tell it was, yeah.
yes, like it was this weird thing, and yeah, like it was one of my other favorite scenes when she tells her story because it's another dark scene in what you would have thought was a kids
Mhm.
movie.
Rating this film now in 2023 is almost unfair. You know what I mean? It's, yeah, obviously.
I'm not even gonna waste your time.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
This is gonna
Five
be a
for me
five for
too.
me.
Five
It's
for
gonna be a
it's
five for me.
this movie. We're still talking about this in
It's timeless.
2023, and this is an '84 film. So, and it's anything with practical effects and good writing. I mean, some of the writings, like I said, the Mogwai stuff kind of irked me. I'm gonna lie. Like no one's asking what the fuck is this thing. To them, it's normal. But again, it's a satire in a sense, so I'll let it pass. And
Yeah,
but that's what Gremlins 2 was for. Gremlins 2, if you
I love
notice,
Gremlins too.
we gotta cover that next year probably.
So that's
Gremlins
where
2,
he's from.
yeah, oh, I see him back there.
Yeah, no, that's where
Gremlins 2 poked
oh,
fun not at just this film's absurdity, but also the sequel
oh yeah.
mentality. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
give us your closing thoughts, man. Anything else
like
you want
I
to add?
guys, like I said, this should be one of your Christmas movies. Um, Obviously, if you grew up in the 80s, 70s, this is something you saw. I saw this in the movie theaters, and it's here I am almost 40 years later, and I watch it every year. As an adult, you revert to your child self when you are introduced to Gizmo, and then you go to your adult self when it goes into horror when they become gremlins.
When they say don't get the gremlins wet, they can't drink water or bathe. Is it only water or is it liquid in general? Because
Liquid in general.
because
Liquid in
but
general.
the gremlins were getting fucking smashed in that bar, bro, drinking beer,
I
bro.
know there is a little plot hole on
What
that
the
one
what
because
the fuck
they
was
were they were I know, a little plot hole.
So
But those
yeah,
are
the film is full of plot holes.
it does have some plot holes. But when he jumped in the pool, he's like I love how he held his breath.
Oh yeah. He knew. He knew.
And he goes down all of a sudden, like as he's because before it just popped out, and now it's like a technicolor. Like you got all these different colors in the water as different gremlins are popping out. Oh, dude. Honestly, I'm glad we did this for Three Corners of Horror.
Did you catch all the Spielberg references?
Oh fuck
E.T.,
yeah.
for example.
Of course.
One of the Mogwais said, "Phone home." And obviously, E.T. had a cameo. And the funny thing with E.T. behind him, a bunch of Looney Tune characters. 'Cause it is a Warner Brothers film, so they got all of the Looney Tune stuffed animals behind them on that one.
No, it's yeah, I love this
I
movie.
gotta give a shout out to my name, that guy Rockin' Rick. That guy was awesome. What the hell
I'm
did he
still
say?
here.
Oh,
I'm
wait,
still here.
hold on. Who's like, you're not a Rocky Ricky fan?
The
And
next
then at the end,
day,
Rocky Ricky is still here.
yep, I'm still here.
Rocky
Because
Ricky
they
was
attacked
awesome.
him. The Gremlins showed up at the fucking DJ place.
Did they? Oh,
Yes,
when?
yes. When he's talking, they showed up.
What
And
was
then the next
that?
day, he's like, Rocky Ricky's still here.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Fuck. The music in this movie again. Jerry Goldsmith did the soundtrack to this. Again, movies now. I'm sorry, I always say this. They don't come up with themes that are memorable. The
Nope.
music here, you play it, and anyone can hear it from that era. Gremlins, but
Yes.
it's amazing. But movies today, I don't know what it is. They just don't. They don't do that shit no more,
Nope.
bro. They don't do it. Yeah, man, that's gonna be it for me, man. I got everything I needed to say. I love this film. If you haven't, I mean, if you're watching this, obviously you must have seen this movie before. But
Yes.
maybe we introduced to you, or made you aware of certain things you never noticed. Because every time I watch this movie, I'm always finding out new things. As you can see, I found out tons of new shit. I haven't watched this movie in over a decade. So man, bro, I mean, I've seen parts of it on TV when it's on TV all the fucking time during this time. But to sit down and actually watch it myself, beginning to end, no commercials, uncut, it's been a while, and I loved it, bro. So
I'm glad.
thanks
I'm
for
glad.
bringing this up. I'm
I'm
glad we got
glad.
to
Like,
cover it.
honestly, I'm glad. I'm glad. Like I said, when we were coming up with our list, I'm like, guys, this is Gremlins.
Yeah.
And then I have mentioned Gremlins actually for as long as we've been doing this. And to do the episode, thank you. Thank you for joining me, bro.
That's gonna do it for this episode of the Three Corners of Horror. I'm Ricky Grimes. That's Joe the Psychologist. Happy holidays. Be good, be safe, drink beer, but most of all, stay scared.
Follow the rules.
Yum yum.